Right, so good evening and welcome to FPRL Season 4 Tier 3 race at Australia. I am your host, Collateral Ads, and I am joined by Arbon.
Hello everyone. It's been a long time since I've been to Commentary Box, but I think it's been over a year. But I'm glad to be back at FPRL. At a very sunny Albert Park. There's been some changes to the circuit as well. Good, I guess to look forward to. Alex, do you want to take us through it?
Yeah, so the Sector 2 for this year has totally changed to try and improve overtaking at Albert Park. The whole Sector 2 has been cut down from two corners to one massive long straight, all the way up to the fast left to right. So setup today for these drivers is going to be difficult. Are they're going to need to balance out the aerodynamics to the top end speed? What type of setup do you reckon they'll be going for today, Arbon?
Tyre setup. Did you say sorry? What did you say? Car setup.
No, car setup.
Probably both the quite understated setup, just with the new patch just come out. Tyre pressure is going to be quite low, and yeah, we'll just try and aid with the overtaking really, because this track is quite hard to overtake as it is. I know that we've had the circuit changes, but it's still quite difficult. So this driver will be looking as far as a straight line without compromising themselves through the fast lane corners that have now been added. So.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's going to be a difficult one, but they will need to try and balance it out. Obviously, there's two different options today, or three different options with the traction. Do you think most of these drivers will try full TC today? Obviously, we all know that it's slightly faster this year using this setup.
Well, if they're looking to try and gain the most time possible, you probably want to be running low traction, like medium, because you have full control of yourself. But people feel uncomfortable full traction. That is what they'll go with. Because the first person to start a lap is not good. So do you want me to go for his lap?
Yeah, go for his lap.
Okay,
Go for it, mate.
he's just gone through turn one. They won the break about the 100-meter board in fifth, and then up to sixth on the Stero straight, and up to turn three, where famously Fernando Alonso and Saint Gutierrez crashed in 2016. Hit Apex Lovely there in third gear. You want a short turn to fourth to get good traction. You'd actually take all the curve that does there, but still a pretty decent first sector as you go through the partial hander there. And then this is the track changes we were talking about. The first sector splits to 27.8 for Arnold Good. It's now going through this long massive straight. It's actually quite it feels like the back of your main straight how long it is, and you're just waiting and waiting to find the breaking point for the next left right chicane. It's very easy to validate. It's a yellow flag. In front of ads, sorry, I'm not good. Sorry, there's a 45.9 Mercedes split. As I'm not good. It's opposite purple because it's the only person first person on track, sorry, as the good now goes through. Oh, has a massive mistake through turn 11, and he spun round. He won't be, has to get out of the way of all this, so he's lost on the lap, I believe. Yes, he is. 45.9 first split as well for Forest, as he now comes through hairpin, most of the hairpin, as he goes second gear, and then up to the line to see what time he does. And carry on. If runs up the line then, is it a 20.3, and that's time to be, let's see if that's competitive. Is
Yeah, unfortunately, we had Arnold good spin there, so that's ruined his first flying run. But yeah, the first lap's on the board with the Royalist at 120.3, and we just had Callum set a reasonable first lap of 119.4. What do you think the cut-off points are going to be today? Do you reckon it's going to be around the 119s, or do you reckon it will creep into the 18s to get into the Q2?
I'd imagine it would be around the time that Callum's at now. It might even be in the high 90s. We'll see. Because once second gap, as well as Diamond, then the championship leader goes P1 then with 19.1. But as we were saying, I reckon the cut-off point will be around maybe the mid 19. I'd guess. But as the times are
Yeah, I
both
think
fast.
that's probably. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the more average cut-off point. It's going to be around the 19.3-ish. While we were speaking there, we did see Hobnob go for a spin in the other Alpine on his first flying lap, coming out of, I believe, turn 2, I believe. So not a very good start for both of the Alpine drivers at the present moment. Who else is on the lap? We've got Neda, who's just come through. Sector coming up to sector end of sector 1 now. He's just done a 28 flat, so it's a reasonably good one. Here again, you need to try and cut that corner a little bit and keep tight coming into there. And this is the new part of the new circuit. Big long straight from turn 5 and 6 all the way up to 7 and 8. So here you want to try and clip the curb and then clip the curb again here on the right and take a little bit of the runoff area, probably not that much. I'm quite surprised you didn't get validation there. Here's a difficult corner, it's one of the new ones also, late braking. Turn right onto the older circuit now, heavy braking into the second to last corner. And here a lot of cars of drivers are having trouble here with traction coming out of the last corner. But that looked pretty decent from Neda, and that is a 121.1. So a lot of improvement there needed for his lap.
Yeah, as we were actually going through this lap, I noticed the Magdi went P3 in Mercedes. I believe it was a difficult start of the season, especially in Bahrain. Sorry, had a difficult race there, as well as the Alfa Romeos slotted again in P4 and P5, so a decent opening runs from them. Although there's quite a spread between the field. Especially if Holden doing 1 minute 41, you've obviously got time to do that, but from P1 to P8 is 2 seconds, so yeah, quite a field spread of people have done that so far, although only 10 people have done a lap. Has taken Holden, he has gone out round the chicane, he's got to get out of the way to McLaren, and I bet you've also known how to scare his life, seeing an Alpine the wrong way there, but yeah, it's been
he'll need to turn around quick, otherwise he'll be disqualified, which he's managed to. Good man. So yeah, not a very good opening session from Hobnob at the moment. He's obviously struggling in the low traction corners. No, this is a very, very hard track, and you have got to get this set up right, otherwise you will be you will lose your back end here. Oh, he's gone round again. So yeah, overheated tyres. He's going to need to go in for a fresh set, and hopefully
yeah, on this game as well. Sorry to interrupt there, but on this game as well.
Oh, that's alright.
On this game, it's quite. It's not just the track. The traction is very difficult on this game, and you need to get yourself correct, as we said. Carry on. What are you going to say?
Yeah, we're just following Scotsman coming through turn 6 and 7 now. He's just gone purple first sector, coming onto the new straight. So gear 8 is a high speed straight down to, should be hitting around 193, 95 miles an hour here. Brake very late, you don't want too much brake, you just want to slightly press it and roll the car into the fast left to right. Not much traffic getting in his way. Reasonable second sector there for him. Perfect good corner there coming out of turn 9 and 10. Well, it looks like it's got a really, really good setup. It looks quite planted, not much movement at the back, and pretty stable front end. Let's see what he comes across the line and see what he does. It's going to be a 1:19.9, so good enough for 6th. And then we had Diamond, as we speak, and just behind him, and even faster with 1:18.9. So we got our first driver into the 1:18s.
Yeah, Diamond seems to be a man on form. Obviously, the confidence boost of last week together, and now clearly showing the pace. In Albert Park, he's currently 5 tenths quicker than anyone else so far, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to learn another lap. He is probably safely through into the next part of qualifying, I imagine so. So please give it just another lap. Then on the 20.3 in the Williams.
Yeah, so I think from probably, it's going to be hard. I think that you was right, probably around the 19.8, but just above halfway in the 90 is going to be cut-off point here. Obviously we've still got a lot of drivers still to come out of the pits, but I think probably around 19.9, 20 flat, where skid mark is going to be the cut-off point here.
Yeah, one of those people to clear that was now Cruiser. It's 1 minute 19.9, so he's just around where the cut-off point that we said, but as himself in P6 for now, as more people are now starting to set that lap. I believe Mongo is one of them. It now comes out to complete the final corner. 5 run ups to the line. Let's see what the Red Bull goes. It was a bit late opening his DRS there, but he still goes P8 1 minute 20.0, and it's a decent lap from the Red Bull. But still some time to find there. So I believe TS9 has Locker's retired from the
Oh
session.
dear.
Oh no.
So it looks like Locker has gone round that turn 5, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like he's gone turn 5. And what has happened? It looks like he's probably caught his car on the left-hand side curve, and he spun it into spun it into the wall on the right-hand side. So not very good. Good start to the qualifying there for Locker. Starts at the back. We'll have the good strategy call for the race.
Yeah.
Let's follow. I was about to say let's follow David, but unfortunately he has invalidated the first or second corner there, so he's going to have to slow it down a little bit, keep his tyres, tyre wear and tyre temps down.
Fish speed for me. Good luck from him. Only half a tenth away from Callum.
Yeah, talking about fish sticks, he sits. Where does he sit? He sits third in the championship. He's made 3 races in. He's improved going by last year. He has improved significantly from last year. He's up in the top end. It's only covered by 26 points, top 4. People want to try and catch Diamond. So far, going by the races you've looked, his fish sticks have impressed you so far?
Yeah, it's been fairly consistent, I think, to say. He hasn't set the world like, he's not been a star man, but he's definitely been consistent, and he's right with where he is in the championship, and clearly if he shows his pace here so far, he's going to be right up there at the front, as we're trying to find people actually improving on their laps. Doesn't seem to be many. I don't think anyone's actually improving on their laps during the pits, so got a bit of a quiet phase of the session, and we're sort of just waiting really for people to get on laps.
Yeah, so we've got David Loweface coming around for his second flying lap after validation of his first in that red Scarlet Ferrari. Just coming into turn 3 now. Pretty decent turn 1, 2 and 3 from David. Oh, he's invalidated again. So he cut in too quickly there.
Is he flying? Who's that for? That's for a mistake he's found to the on-foot corner. I believe that's Agsy. Yes, he hasn't got no front wing. I think he's trying to carry his lap and binned it in the final corner. He's now reversing on the grass and trying to get out of the way of people. He's got to get back in the pit somehow. And he's playing a very dangerous game here. And he spun around again in the pit lane entrance. It's not good. As Panic is in his Alpha Romeo disbelief there, which is saying he's struggling to get in the pit lane.
He's trying to get in the pit, so it just weren't happening for him. So he's obviously went to go for another lap round, or he just lit up the rear tyres too much. You live and learn, don't you?
As Wayburn sabotaged from the session. As with P16, so he's going to be out. Oh, he's crashed on the same place as his teammate. Oh no!
So both Aston Martins are out. Looks like unless Forceman, it'll be out. So both of the Aston Martin drivers are out of Q1 at their. Oh dear, 2 crashes. That's not going to be good on the old financial budget for Aston Martin.
I'm sure
both Aston Martins at the back.
Scott doesn't have retired, and now it's in the pit lane though, I think.
Yeah, so he's obviously thinks that his tyres, his lap time is safe.
Well, we were saying that the cut-off point was a 19.8, so he might not be fully safe with just under 4 minutes to go, but we will see.
But again, going by looking at all these times, we've been saying for the last couple of races how closely matched the drivers are this year with this new handling system, the new cars and everything. Last year we were seeing people a second and a half, 2 seconds of getting pole for the second person. If you go from Magsy all the way down to P10, it's separated by half a second. So, it's a very, very close-knit grid this year on all tiers, but especially tier 3.
Yeah. It is. I'm a bit confused. I'm on board with the Red Bull Callum. He doesn't actually need to go out again, but he's going for another lap. He is currently up on his time, but I think he's just wasting a set of tyres because he should be through. I'm not sure this is great management from Callum here, but if he wants to set the lap times he'd like, then albeit it's the Red Bull then opens the rest not to
Yeah,
line. Typically, see if he improves. Yes, he does.
there's a little bit. Still not enough though to knock Diamond off. I just had a look. He is on a brand new set of softs, whereas Diamond is on 4 lap old softs. So there's a lot more speed in that throw of Diamonds than what it looks at the moment. So people in the bottom 4 that are at risk is David Lowface, so we will need to try and get him into Q2. Force Manure in the McLaren. You have Hobnob in the Aston Martin, and you also got Soprano Legend, who hasn't set a time yet, and he's now just coming out to do his first flying lap. Did you want to take it round for his lap?
This week, as I can, as he just opens the rest zone up into turn 3. I didn't see how he did turn 1 and 2, but I'm sure it was decent as he goes in second gear for the hairpin, which is surprising, but still manages to let the car rotate nicely, and if he goes through his first right-hander, he should be fine. Yeah, the first set is pretty tidy from Legend there, as he does a 27.2. It says purple, but I think people have gone quicker, as he's actually invalidated, so he's only got a minute left to go. I hope he's got enough fuel to do another lap, because he is going to be in massive danger, as Hobnobs is 19 seconds up, as Fish 6 is now retired in P3, but yeah, Hobnob is 19 seconds up, so he's definitely going to improve in this lap, but it's just a case whether he can get through next part of qualifying. As Alpine then turns around the final corner, Dara's open up to the line. Let's see if Hobnob can guarantee a place into Q2 with this lap time, and he goes P2, he definitely will.
P2, what a time that was from the Alpine.
Left it there.
Very good, decent time there. Left it late, but got the timing when it was needed. Let's follow around with David, so this is all important lap from him. Coming into sector 2. Looks like he's had a bit of a tiff somewhere. He's 1.3 seconds off at the present moment. See if he can just improve throughout the rest of the lap. Yep, so it's just coming into the fast left to right corner now. Yeah, it looks pretty decent from David then. Oh, he's gone slightly wide. That would have lost him a load of time there, but he's going to keep going. DRS wide open, heavy braking. Gear 3, 2 into the new corner there. So this one's a fast right, so normally you wouldn't need a brake here, just lift off slightly. Okay, David's giving it full beans round there, coming into the second to last corner, beautiful. I'm going to try and tuck it in here and eventually go out wide as much as you can. And he's going to cross the line. No, he's going to go doing some tyre warm up. So that'll be David out in Q1, unfortunately. So the drivers at risk at the moment are TS9 and Force Manure. Force Manure is definitely going to be out, unfortunately, due to invalidation.
Soprano Legend. He's just
lap.
He's just gone into the gravel there, the fast left right chicane, and I highly doubt that the Alpha is going to get through. As he's just struggling to keep the car on the track, let alone get any time out of the car. As I'm pretty sure it's going to be out here. It's whether his teammate also can escape the drop. He's currently half a second down, so I think it might be the end of Q1 for both AlphaTauris here. We'll just
oh no, it's looking good.
Wait, no, that might be good.
Oh, it's gone up to 14th. No, and TS9 has pulled out. So I'm not too sure that he must have thought that he was going to slow a lap, so he's pulled out. So there we are, guys. We have the Q1 over and done. The unfortunate drivers that have missed out into Q2 are Willie Bum, who crashed out in the Aston Martin at turn 5 and 6, I believe. Standards have just gone away. Bear with me.
Typical from the game. There
Right, yeah, so there we go, guys. So knocked out in Q1, we have Willie Bum in the Aston Martin, again, who unfortunately crashed out. In qualifying, we had FBRL TS9 in the AlphaTauri in the 17th. David Lowface in the Scarlet Ferrari. We have Force Manure in the McLaren, unfortunately invalidated one of his fastest laps. And we had FBL Locker, who also crashed out in the Aston Martin. Not a very good session for the Aston Martins. If you can just take a screenshot of that
Yep, I've already beat you
Arbon,
to
that'd be
it.
great.
I did the worst shot comment down.
There you go.
I've got my head in the game, mate. I'm locked in.
So the surprise there for me was good old Hobnob.
Yeah.
One of his last laps. It was a pressure lap. It was one that he had to bank. There was no mistakes. He couldn't take no mistakes in that lap. He put himself up to P2, which was quite surprising to me. But a very, very good lap by him.
Indeed. As I've been reading the chat, the Twitch chat, I've seen that I'm not good to put odds. Honestly, started to get quite anxious as he was fearing the drop zone, but he did indeed get through in the Alpine. He's sparing splashes, I guess. He's got in this part of qualifying, but now it's a case of which the next 5 get knocked out and then go into 10 drivers for the final shootout in Q3.
Yeah, so it's going to even be tighter this time, like we were saying before. It's such a close-knit championship with all the drivers pretty much on each other's pace. The top 10 is going to be even harder this year to try and get into. Anyone surprise you? I've said, obviously, a Hobnob surprised me in that session. Anyone surprise you that you'll think they'll definitely get into turn into S3, or is there any person that disappointed you that round?
I wouldn't say disappointed. I suppose if you talk about disappointed, the Aston Martins both crashing in the exact same quarter. That was quite insane. But I'd say some prizes like this at the top, but also Magazine and the Mercedes. For what I've seen in round 1 and 2, it's been quite struggling so far in Q3. But clearly showing he might have some pace around Albert Park, getting his Mercedes into P5, I think it was. But yeah, that's my Magazine is my standout for the session, personally.
Yeah, so the first person, trying to get the first person. Who's the first person coming around? There we go. So we've got Neda in the Williams. Going to come round to his first flying lap. So going by, have you done this race in? Did you do the social race the other day? Have you done any practice around here? What do you think the tyre selection is going to be for the start of the race? Do you think a lot of people are going soft, or do you think they'll try and avoid that tyre and try and go play the long game and go on the hard? Because on other circuits we've had so far, the hard tyres been quite a good race tyre, and so is the medium, whereas soft this year hasn't. What do you think people will do this time round?
Yeah, like you were mentioning, the soft isn't really a race tyre, and I'd imagine that people would start in the medium first or go to the hards. I wouldn't imagine the soft's being used in the race because they just wear out too quickly. You might be faster, or a lot faster for a few laps, but then your tyres just drop off and it's not worth it, and they might also sacrifice an extra pit stop. So I'd imagine we'd see, obviously, around safety car interventions, that we'll see a medium to hard strategy, or obviously vice versa, like we saw from Cruiser and Rain in round 1. So yeah, that is probably what we will see. What I can say is Callum's been validated there on his first lap. Well, good for him.
Yeah, so we had Callum and we also had Neda. I just saw there invalidate their first flying lap, so not very good.
He's actually off at 10:10. Turn 9, sorry. But he's
Let's go around with Royalist, who's just about to come to the second to last corner. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him, which will affect him a tiny little bit, but he's pulled into the thing. So come around to the last corner, he's going to come across the finish line, and it's a 1:19.7, so good enough for second. While we took out Diamond did a 1:18.4. That is what, 3 tenths quicker than what he managed, 4 tenths quicker than what he managed in Q.
I think it's half a second. Did a 0.9, right?
Yeah, so yeah. So
are we sure this is
T3?
He has right.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. I remember he did his first flying lap in Q1 with an old set of tyres, and he was about 4 laps old. So that is the benchmark for this qualifying, a 1:18.4. We had Espenio go into P2 with 1:19.3, and your driver Magsy with a 1:19.6, which is going forward. We've got Hobnob up to 1:19.6. So there's apart from Diamond, at the minute, 2nd to 7th, all separated by 4 tenths.
Yep. But we can forget about P1 for now. He's in Diamond in his own world. But for currently to P7 is very, very close. And I'm all for it. I think Cruz is going for another lap. I can't get his first lap for some reason because the game is just great. I think he's trying to improve again, although he's out of battery, so I don't think he'll be able to. Is anyone else improving? I don't think so. Or maybe people just.
We got Scots. Yeah, we just got Scotsman going on his phone. Oh, he spun it. He's hit the wall. He's clipped it. Lucky enough, he's managed to put on the brakes really, really quickly. He's clipped the right-hand side, and he's done what the Aston Martins couldn't do. He's hit the wall, but he has saved his qualifying. So he's don't think he's got any damage unless it's damage that we can't see. But he was looking pretty fast. He caught that dangerous right-hand side curve. Lucky for him. That would have been a bum squeaking moment, that one for him.
Yeah. Something I want to point out, we would maybe talk too soon, is Callum is just on a lap of 18.6. He's only a tenth and a half away from Diamond, so we were thinking the Diamond was going to be in his own league, but maybe not. Callum might be in his reach, so that's quite a good lap from there. Clearly hiding some pace in Q1. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term sandbagging. That might be what Callum might have done. But yeah, that is a decent lap from the Red Bull there.
Yeah, and I believe that them tyres that he'd done his one on were used tyres. Same with Diamond, they were both 2-lap-olds tyres. So
I think that counts the lap as well. That might count the lap and the out lap.
Okay.
Yeah. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure that it counts the lap and the out laps. So yeah.
Well, let's say anyway, they both gained about half a second from Q1, so they have literally put the benchmark for this race already. Anyone else out there on a fast lap? We've got Neda, who's again invalidated his lap. Must have been coming into turn 1 or 2 as he's just approached 3 and 4.
Yeah,
good start to the session for him.
Yeah, something we spoke about that. His track limits. It's quite harsh in this track, isn't it? Because we're seeing a lot of people invalidate, but I don't think we've talked about the nature of how much track limits can affect you, especially in the race, with how quickly those time limits can rack up.
Yeah, unfortunately in this track it is quite a high track limitation circuit. Yeah. Especially unless I miss any corners. I think turn 1 and 2 is probably one of the worst ones for the track limits, and also you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn 5 is another one where it's a little bit dodgy, and you've got the new turn 6, which you can carry a lot more speed around there this year on turn 6, and you know it's the drivers and the cars go around to the right hand side, and it automatically drifts to the left where obviously the curb is. So any other corners you think that they can get track limits apart from turn 6, turn 1 and 2?
I'd imagine the left-right chicane as well. Sorry to talk about corners, but I'm just saying I'm not good on a very good lap here. It's gone purple the first 2 sectors as the Alpine then comes across the line and see where he goes. Actually, he goes P4 with 19.4. I thought it was on a bit of a lap than that, but yeah. Anyway, he's up to P4, but yeah, I reckon the left-right chicane, where the Williams just gone through now, that's going to be a place for people like that, and also spinning off because the ones on the right-hand side when you hit that curve is very happy to enter that curve, and it's very easy to lose the car there. So now I'm on board with Skip with the much to see what lap he does, as he's now come through the hairpin now in second gear, and sort of just picked me up to third and fourth to get decent traction going out this final corner. The Williams just about made it into Q2 last session, and he goes P11 with 1 with 20.2. He needs to find around half a second he wants to get himself into the next pass of qualifying currently.
Yeah, I think we're still seeing that cut-off point from Q1 to Q2 still around 119.87. I think a lot of drivers will need to do around the maximum 119.6 to be absolutely safe. Here's Conor Legend again. He's validated his flying lap in the AlphaTauri, so there's another driver struggling with qualifying with track limits. Probably the 4th or 5th we've seen him do this year. this year, this race, sorry. And we had fish sticks again, so we renovated time. So a lot of drivers are struggling with these track limits here in Australia.
Yes, I don't notice that the Williams level was on P5, or was he already there? So age went P5. It's a great lap from the Williams because both of them were struggling in Q1, and after backing up from him, and that might, I say might, pinch yourself, getting through to next part qualifying. I say that because I've noticed there's been quite a theme in the streams of complex cursing, and I've taken experience from other leagues. I'm quite good at cursing people, so I won't say that yet. But yeah, that's the reason that the Williams driving on the most.
I'm just watching Panic end here. He's had a very decent sector 2. Went a little bit wide there, but he was about 2.5 seconds up his lap. So this will make him around 8th or 7th if he continues his speed. Coming around into the last corner now. We're trying to clip this crowd and go out as wide as possible. Oh, he's lost it! Oh!
There's 2 cars as well. Who's the other one? It was Maxi, right?
It looks like there's a Mercedes.
There's Maxi as well. Oh, a little part of the corner.
Oh dear, maybe that's what put him off a little bit. But both Panic in there on a really good lap. He's lost all his wing. He's lucky that he's still in his qualifying. To be honest, he did hit that right hand side of that wheel quite hard. Do you feel like with the car damage this year, obviously they've changed it quite slightly from last year, that it's quite temperamental, like you just saw there, he hit that pretty hard and he only damaged the front wing, whereas if you touch the wall somewhere else, both front end tyres all come off and all flapping about.
I think the key word is...
And then you just sort it out.
Yeah, I think the key word is inconsistency, I think the word is. I had a race the other day. I clipped. It was in there. I clipped the pit wall when the inside of my wheel came off. Then I saw someone smash into the wall at Tosa, and the car was fine. So yeah, it's quite. It was very inconsistent. Is the thing where we're looking for the damage model. Was in the meanwhile, Diamond Aspen. Sorry, I said that wrong. And I'm not good. They've all retired from the session. They think they're through, and I think they would be correct to think that. There's I can't see how they have 3 minutes left. I just saw when the other flag disappeared. There's Mongo is invalidated. He's on out laps, so it doesn't matter. People in danger are Cruiser, Panic and Skidvid, FBR Scotsman, apologies, and Soprano Legend, who was also, of course, in danger in Q1, and looks like he's going to have to pull another lap out the bag if he wants to get through into the top 10 shootouts.
I think your mic is crackling. Can you just press your middle button on your Xbox to see if it sorts it out?
Yes. I think I might have to restart my Xbox because that's what usually has to happen. Can you just quickly do that?
You can do. You can, if not, unplug it and then just press the middle button. It should normally start it.
I think it's best if I just restart my Xbox. That's usually what I have to do. I'll be back. I'll be back shortly.
Right, yeah. So if we, like Arbon was saying, drivers in trouble we have are Cruise, Panic N, Skidvid, FBRL Scotsman, and Soprano Legend. The driver here that hasn't even set the time yet is Soprano Legend. This is a must lap for him to see if we can get him into the top 10. Skidvid's good enough, he's gone into the pits. So he has settled for P13 at the present moment. So let's follow on with Scotsman. So across the start line. Oh, P3. What a lap. 1:19.3. So that gets him comfortably into the top 10. Had Mongo there just invalidate his lap, unfortunately, and we've got Royalist in the other half coming around to the second to last corner here. 1:19.7 currently, and he's in probably another 3-4 attempts on top of this. Comes around the last corner, beautiful, opens the DRS, crosses the finish line, and it is a 1:19.3, good enough for 5th. Got Mongo, who's just about to start his other flying lap. We've got a couple. Who we got? We got Soprano Legend. So he's coming round to the new section of the track. Foot to the floor. Unfortunately, hasn't got no ERS left. So that's either he's forgotten to turn that off during his first lap run, or he's invalidated his first one. I can't remember. But DRS open. Coming into the new right hand corner now, braking late. You want to try and clip this curb and try and go as wide as possible before track limits. Fast right here, just slightly lift off the throttle. Second to last corner, car goes out wide and then cut back in and gradually bring your car to the left hand side of the circuit. DRS open, coming across the line, and it is a 1:20.5, so that'll be Soprano Legend out in Q2. We've got Panic End in sector 2. Yep, just about a couple tenths down on his lap times, and a little bit of improvement there. But Cruz is on the move. 3.5 tenths up in sector 2. So this is going to put him around 7th and 6th place at the present moment, if we can just keep this throughout the rest of the lap. Beautiful couple of corners there from the McLaren. Difficult last 2 corners here. Traction wise, you do need to throttle. Cover that throttle to try and make sure your back end doesn't stick out. Opens the DRS, comes across the line. Is it good enough for the top 10? It is. P3. What a lap by Cruz. We've got Panic End coming across, and he stayed 13th, so he didn't improve from sector 2 for the Alfa Romeo. So the next driver, I think that is going to be it. I don't think Magsy is going to improve. So there you go, guys. That is our top 10 and end of Q2. So the drivers, unfortunately, that are out is Neda in the Williams, and we have Magsy, which is a surprise there in the Mercedes. So that's not good for him in P12. Panic End in P13. Skidvid in 14th, and another surprise is Soprano Legend down in 15th. Terrible session from him with a 1:20.5. So again, there's your top 10. We have Diamond in the Ferrari, following on from his Q1. In Q2 with 1:18.4, a lot of times being improved throughout this session. We have the Red Bull Callum in P2, Cruz in P3, Hobnob P4, Scotsman P5, Espenio P6, Royalist 7th, Mongo 8th, I'm Not Good 9th, and Fish 6th 10th. So guys, we're just waiting for my co-coms to come back. His mic's playing up, so he has restarted his Xbox, so just bear with me. You have to put up with me for the meantime till he's back. So we got in chat, got Silverside Boy saying get in Cruz after his fantastic final lap to get him into the top 10. I'm not good, doing good, just nearly shit myself again because of quality. Liam is not happy, invalidated 2 dates that would have put him into the top 3, and then Cruz with a woohoo with a robot emoji. So that's good. I think, give me 1 second, I've got my co-coms coming back. Please, can someone just let me know if his mic is still playing up, and I'll just move further. So, start of Q3 then for the pole position for the Australian Grand Prix. We have... Hello.
Everything working, yeah?
So can someone just let us know if Arbon's mic's working perfectly fine? If not, can you please put it in chat and we'll try and sort it out. So, while you was missing, we had your driver Magsy who was knocked out in Q2 with a P13, I believe. So not a very good last lap for him, and we had Cruz get into the top 10 with a perfect lap.
Fair enough. Good to see that my curse, or Comtech's curse carry forward into this league as well as other leagues. So apologies for that, Magsy. But I'm sure he'll still have a good race. Yeah, have we done predictions for position? I think we can only really say one man.
I haven't, no. So if you can let us know in chat what you think. Who do you think is going to get pole? Give us the top 3. Your favourite drivers that you think is going to get 1, 2 and 3. I have got my top 3 drivers are probably going to be Scotsman. Well, we've got Diamond in fact. I think Diamond's got it. Callum, and then I would think probably Scotsman's going to stick it in there, but don't rule out both the Alpine guys that did 2 brilliant laps at that session. What about you?
Well, barring any, I suppose you could say anomalies, I reckon it's going to be Darwin P1 and Callum P2, and then P3 is really anyone's game. I'm going to say I'm not good. It's going to get P3. That's going to be my prediction.
Right. Let's go. I think it is Diamond. So he's done a 26.8 first sector. That was very, very fast first sector. Coming down the new part of the new straight here in Australia. What you want to do is try and be as smooth as possible around this section, because you can actually lose quite a lot of time if you're not smooth on the old analog or steering wheel, whatever one you're on. Opens DRS. Coming into a late braking zone, what you want to do is just have a squirt of brake and rode the car in, which he did beautifully. Very nice corner there, right as wide as possible. Second to last corner. Car drifts out wide. Then what you want to do is stay wide, cut in, and then gradually go out wide on this last corner. DRS open, coming across the finish straight, and it is a 1:18.2, so he has improved from his Q2 pace. What a lap there by Diamond. Can anyone beat it?
That's a very quick lap. As Callum, probably his nearest rival, was half a second slow, won the 18.7, although he did go quicker than that in Q2 obviously. But do we dare say that Diamond, if needed, could do 1 minute 17? Have we seen them do 1 minute 17? Because that would be absolutely lightning for tier 3. I say even for tier 2, that'd be very quick. But meanwhile, as the drivers are now setting their first laps of Q3, it's fair to say that it's been, like we said, Darwin and Callum nailing down as 1 team positions, with Ongo, Hobnob and Roll as the only guys setting laps so far, although I think Scotsman's on the lap right now. 45.4 is his Minnesota split.
Oh, Fish Sticks has just hit the wall big time. Sorry to butt in
That's
there.
alright.
I was following him through the horrible fast.
Oh, Scotland's up there as well.
Scotland
had a massive snap of oversteer at the final corner, and that's going to really affect his lap time. And he's done 1 minute 20.1, which nowhere near the pace. He's actually half a tenth quicker than his teammate. But both Haas cars need to improve, because they're not going to stay P5 and 6 of those lap times. I'll say that.
So, just want to butt in there. Thank you for David Loweface putting out in chat for pole. So whoever's listening in our race today, please have a look and choose your driver for pole position. Yeah, going back to Magsy, unfortunately he got himself too much on that curb and opened the throttle, and we all know you open the throttle on that curb too much with a little bit of steering input, that's it, you're gone. And unfortunately that was what he did, and the best thing he did was he lit up the rears and went in sideways, so lucky enough he didn't go in nose first, otherwise he would have been DNF. So he has got 6 more minutes to try and get that lap time in. But yeah, all the first runs I think are done now, so yeah, that was a very, very good lap from Diamond. Like you were saying, I think if he puts the lap together, he can possibly get into the 17th, and if he does, it's a very, very fast lap. And I think league management will be watching him with that lap time, because that is a quite
You have to be careful.
good pace. Yeah.
Yes. He might have to put the sandbags back on if he wants to stay in this team. If he does
Yeah.
if he does a 17.
I can only just get into the 17th, and I'm 2 tiers above. So
Yeah, I made
No
I
way.
made them like 5 laps, but that's the 17 be very quick. Yeah. So that's interesting. I say from Diamond. The fact he managed to get his time out, but in fair play to him, we're not going to slate him for it. It's obviously quick round here.
no.
Yeah, as
So
my game audio has been really loud then for some reason. So thank God I'm not the stream host, otherwise she'd be deaf right now. But never mind.
no, it's fine. So we've got I'm Not Good coming around for his first lap. He's decided to leave it late, try and get quite a clear track in front of him with no traffic. Did you want to take him round for this lap while I quickly pop and get a drink?
Yes, you can. And I'm Not Good then starts his first run in Q3. It's very stunning at Albert Park. He's going to go from the 5th gear, clips the curve nicely, runs wide, Ian validates. So there's no more run for I'm Not Good. As boss adds us a drink, I'll try and find someone on the lap. Nobody's actually on the lap. Everyone's in the pit lane or on an out lap. So yeah, you got a bit of a waiting game for people to set their final runs in Q3. Obviously the pressure's on. We don't know if people have got how many sets of tyres or how many fresh sets of tyres people have. As I might actually do Callum's lap ads because I'm Not Good might have been bad day at turn 2. So can I do Callum's lap?
There you go. Yeah, of course you can.
Okay.
Mate, go for it.
So-
That's right.
Yeah. So then, so Callum starts his hunt for pole position to find a lot of time. But let's see if the Rebel driver has what it takes to get pole position. Breaks 100-meter board, 5th gear, runs wide, and he validates a turn 1 as well. Turn 2. So
Yeah.
there's
You're not having no luck with these one lappers, have you? Let's try and find someone else.
that's actually nobody's on the lap right now. So yeah.
Well, I'll let you go. I'll let you do the next one. So I think the next one's going to be Fish Sticks. He's given himself
Might be
enough
I'm Not
time.
Good. It might be I'm Not Good because probably he said it was battery.
Oh, yeah.
So second time lucky then for I'm Not Good as he comes around the final corner to start his his first time lap in Q3 with just under 4 minutes left to go. Let's see if he can get a valid lap this time, and this is going to be competitive. As he goes down turn 1 again, the black box or 100-meter board as your breaking point, and then turn the 5th gear. Does it nicely this time, doesn't invalidate, and then opens DRS up into now turn 3, breaking around 100-meter board by the back box left hand side, and then 3rd gear clip the apex, and then 4th gear, and then up to 5th and 6th for turn 5. And then now that completes sector 1 and up towards the fast turn 6, 27.3 first, it's still not too bad from him, and he actually validates again, so he's not going to get another lap in unless there's more fuel in the bank, and I'm Not Good. It's not having a very good qualifying Q3, sorry, excuse the pun, but it was necessary. So yeah.
So do you think the pressures is starting to try and get some drives? Obviously the pressure mounts up big time in Q3 because you want to try and get that perfect lap in. You know, with these tyres and the ERS that doesn't regenerate as quickly in this game. That one lap is you do need to get that one lap in. And I think when you start your second lap, this is when you start panicking as a driver. Yeah,
it's a clutch factor as well. I'm the one to talk about clutch in Q3 because I'm not very good at qualifying. If you might know, but it's definitely the pressure's definitely on the Q3 because you've got your nerves taking obviously on track, and obviously you've got the stream watching you as well. That obviously adds to the pressure as I think Fish Sticks actually going to get a bad lap in Q3, ladies and gentlemen. We managed to get a lap time on the board for the first 7 minutes of the session. It's the Fish Sticks then, opens DRS. Let's see where the Mercedes goes. It's going to be 1 minute 19.0, sorry.
very good lap time.
Puts himself P3.
Very solid lap time.
Yep.
Very solid lap time. We're 19 flat. According to my game, it lit up purple in sector 2, so he had a very decent sector 2 there. I don't know how true that is because obviously it's played by esports and EA Sports and Codemasters. But yeah, very good, decent lap by there for Fish Sticks. Another important lap by him put in the bag.
Yeah. So Callum just started to get a lap with 20% ERS, so I don't think Callum's going to get a pole position as I'm Not Good left the session. I'll quickly invite him if you want to carry on.
Yes, please, mate. Let's see if we can follow. Let's follow Royalist. I haven't really followed him this session. He's comfortably in fifth at the minute by 2 tenths. Let's see if we can improve on his lap time. He's coming into turn 3 now, and turn 4 is one of the corners where set of corners where you can lose so much time throughout the lap. So it's quite. You need to try and get as smooth as possible, and especially we've seen quite a lot of crashes there. During Q1 and Q2 at the present moment. A decent first sector via him, slightly slower, coming into the big old long new straight. Foot to the floor, try and hug that corner on the left hand side, gradually make your way up to the wall on the right hand side. Clip the left, clip the right, wide as you go, not that wide, but he's managed to do it. Second DRS sector. Late break into the new part of the circuit, and then fast right into a late braking left-hander, and then with this one, if you can get it right, oh, he's backed out. So sector 1 in sector 2 is he's backed out of this one.
As Fisher's retired, the monster talking Hobnob was absolutely stolen. P2 away from Callum by 5 thousandths of a second. I wanted the commentary, but you'll talk about whoever else. But yeah, I was Cruiser as well. I just the Cruiser as well. Was taking P2, so we've got Callum had a nailed on P2, and now he's down to P4. Absolutely brilliant clutches from Hobnob and Cruiser there. It's fair to say we didn't expect that. Those two were not names that we expected to be at the front.
No, we didn't. Hobnob, I said, was in Q1, which did a very, very decent time. I didn't expect many drivers to get into the 118s, but they have. So the Diamonds lead isn't as much as what we think.
Oh, his Mongo's crashed. No! If his wheel came off, he was started P10, but he just about managed to keep his wheels on intact, and he stays P6. That's with a heart enough moment there from the Red Bull, but he keeps his P6, just about. But yeah.
So I think after that, and I think Mongo was on quite a good lap the last time I looked, and so was Scotsman. Unfortunately, he had a really, really decent first sector. He's about 2.5 tenths up in his actual time, and then he got invalidated again at the new fast right to left corner turn. I think 5 and 6.
Yeah.
But brilliant again, Cruz. What a lap! Puts him up into P2 for McLaren. That's going to make some McLaren drivers very happy with that one. Like you said, didn't expect that, but pole goes to the Scuderia Ferrari driver of Diamond. Continue his form for this year with pole position at the Australian Grand Prix.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier about how close the times are. P2 to P4 is separated by 600 of a second, and that's it.
Oh, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
very mad. Even from P9 to P2, it's separated by less than 7 tenths. So any one of them drivers could have got into the top 3. So it's going to be a fascinating race. Let me say. Diamond's 1 lap pace may be very, very good, but is his race pace good? Well, let's see.
And also, anything can happen in the race as well. Anything can happen. It's not just a case of 1 lap. This track is very unforgiving, and yeah, I don't know try my best to curse him, but we're very good at doing that FPR, aren't we? Commentators cursing drivers. Quite a few of that. We don't
you take a screenshot quickly.
Yeah, I've done that already.
Fantastic.
I didn't get to do Q2 though. Sorry.
Oh, I've done that, mate.
Okay.
No worries, I've done that.
Okay, fair enough. As we
but yeah,
get ready.
It's going to be a fascinating race. I wonder what the weather's going to be like.
We're not getting told.
It'd be nice. Yeah, I haven't been told yet. No, it would have been. We said earlier it would be nice for a bit of rain, just to spice things up a little bit. But no, looks like it's going to be clear race and a sunny day in Australia.
So then, top 3 predictions. So let's get that out nice and early. I'm going to put you on the spot here. Top 3. Go.
Well, already at the end of the race.
Yep.
I don't know. I wouldn't like to say. I'd hate to curse people, but I would say going by qualifying, as long as it's a clean race and a clean getaway, I think you'll have the top 3 drivers as they qualify now in the top 3. Who wins it, I don't know, because obviously it's all down to strategy. I'd love to see someone from the back come through and get a really good race result, like Locker maybe come from the back, or David Lowface. One of them to come through and get some good points would be really nice. Get everyone in the mix. But yeah, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Darren P1. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Callum P2. And I'm going to go with the Alfa Romeo Espanol. Again, sorry if I said that wrong. He showed quite a good pace in qualifying, but then quite took it up at the end. So I can go with Combat Drive from P9 to P3. That is my top 3. So, yes.
Yeah, again, like we was talking about earlier, it's a lot of these drivers are going to have to watch out for track limitations. This race, you want to try and not get any earlier on in the race. You know, it's turn 1, 2 are the danger ones. Obviously, you want to try and get that turn 1 as fast as you can, because you can lose so much time, and obviously that's where it's going to chuck you off into turn 2. It's going to push you onto the Asher, which unfortunately does give you a track limits. Any advice for the drivers, Arbon, just before they start their race, if they're listening in?
I'd say the race isn't won on the first lap. I've seen a lot of times in T3 that drivers think that the race is won on the first lap. It isn't. Make sure you keep your front wing intact and have the rest from there. And don't keep your patience with overtakes. You don't have to overtake the car straight away. You know, you can plan it out, think ahead. That's my advice. Keep cool, calm, and collected. There you go. That's my slogan for tonight. Keep calm. Okay.
Keep calm and collective. Yeah, that's a good value for racing. Let's say calm and collective.
Unleash
We
your
have
head.
10 seconds to go till our Tier 3 Australia race goes onto its formation lap. Obviously, new things for this year on the formation lap. You do not now lose any tyre wear on the formation lap, so all you've got to do is just heat them tyres up as much as possible. And what else is new? Oh yeah, the start procedure is new for this year, so if any of you are new to the game and you are watching tonight, the new start procedures are that you manually are doing it yourself this year. We have chosen to let in the league that you manually do it. So basically you go up to your grid box and you have 3 colours: green, purple or red. So red means you overshoot your box, which means that it will put you back further in the box, which will give you a more of a rubbish start. Green will means you've done it okay, but not so good, and then purple means you've done it excellent, you've got it spot on. And also what I like about the new start procedure is that you can angle your car in the box in which way you want your car to go, instead of turning on the spot. So, Arbon, do you want to go through the last attempts, and then I'll go 10 first?
Yes, we can. So, starting at the back of the field, we have the Aston Martin representing Port Vale tonight, FPR Locker in Aston Martin. Then we have Force Manila, McLaren, not scored a point yet, I believe, last season or this season, looking to rectify that. Denver Love facing 18th. Very happy to have his team up into P1, but he'll be looking to get a drive in the back of the grid. FPR TS9, aka Arbon Communities Racing this league, in P17. Willie Bowman P16, Soprano Legend in P15, the Williams are Skivered in P14, Panning N2 has a pretty lackluster qualifying 2 being in P13, Maxi Wide Driver Q1 in P12, and then the Williams of Nedo in P11 and Onward in P10.
Yeah, so from P9 we've got Espanol in the Alfa Romeo. We've got FPR Scotsman in P8, Royalist in P7 in the Haas, Mongo in the Red Bull, Fishsticks in 5th in the other Mercedes, Callum in Red Bull in 4th, Hobnob in 3rd in the Alpine, Surprising Cruiser in 2nd, and Diamond in 1st.
As Cruz is most of his pit box there, so you can see, if you go on board the Hobnob, you can see how far McLaren is back from the slot. That's what happens when you overshoot your box and the game puts you back. You can see the disadvantage the McLaren will have off the line. Yeah. I think he's the only one so far to get disqualified. I think. Never mind. I'm not good. They've decided to follow suit of McLaren, and Force Manure also getting disqualified. I think. Last person left Locker, and he gets it slotted nicely and gets underway for the Australian Grand Prix.
Hopefully it'll give me a better camera angle than this. Which it won't. So off we go for the Tier 3 race. So Diamond's got a brilliant start. We've got Cruiser into first position into turn 1. What a brilliant start by him in the McLaren. We've got
Always some contact to the back, always a spinner. All this carnage going on.
Scotsman's got a brilliant start up into P3 and Hobnob in P4, who's unfortunately dropped place. But I died by Callum. Oh, he's hit the side end of the Alpine. Side by side. Be careful, guys. And that's run Callum off.
I did say.
I'm not good 7th. Mongo 8th. Doyle is 9th. And Maxi 10th after the first couple of corners.
Oh, Forceman also crashes skid.
Oh, no.
Skid as well. That might be a safety car, and I think it is. It's a virtual safety car. The skipper somehow goes. He started. I don't know how he got a 5-second penalty for that. He didn't need. And that was a virtual safety car. I did say, guys, that the race isn't won on the first lap, and it seems like some races are already lost on that one. So can we just give a round of applause by Cruiser? What a start he had from P2 to overtake Diamond. It's just what he needed for his strategy to work. He's also started on the medium, same as Diamond, but brilliant start by him. And what a start by Scotsman from what, 8th, 7th or 8th, up to 3rd, 5 positions. And another driver is good old Dave in TS9 in 12th and 13th. Both up 5 positions, also on the medium tyres. Brilliant start by these guys. So Locker as well, up 5 places in P15 as well. So a good opening up from him, and so going to get underway. I've already managed to jinx Espinio, by the way. I said you get P3, and he's now currently in P19 with damage. So my cursing has already started, and zone 1 lap in with both Williams in the picture, presumably for damage. So they will be at the back of the field and when to go underway. But crucially, because Cruiser took the lead, Diamond will now not pull away, and we might be able to get a battle for the race win because Diamond isn't able to control the race out in front of himself.
Oh, and we had a Williams blunder in the pits. Unfortunately, two Williams drivers all double
Diamond
stacked,
and Cruiser side by side. For some reason, as the green flag underway, I think Diamond's caught Cruiser unawares, and Diamond retakes the lead. Brilliant move there from Diamond.
No, so it looks like Diamond did a Russell on Russell and Perez situation. Looks like he caught him up napping there. So unfortunately, Cruiser has now just dropped down to 2nd, and Diamond, what a beautiful restart he had. He's now taken back his P1 position with Epiroyal Scotsman on the rear end of the McLaren. They pulled away a little bit of a gap from the Alpine of Hodnot, already out of the DRS section. So yeah, a couple of drivers there got caught napping. It also looks like Magty got caught napping a little bit. Yeah, I was just trying to have a look what the tyre situation was. So we've had a couple of drivers starting on the hard tyres. We have 5 drivers. No, we haven't. We had 4 drivers starting on the hard tyre, and Magty is one of them, up into P10 in the hard tyre. So he's doing pretty well, keeping that position in P10. The rest are on mediums, and we've actually got a soft runner there at Skidfield.
Yes, we do. Sorry, I was trying to see if Sprung Legend was going to get past Mesa there, but he holds fire for now. And Diamond is looking now to aggressively yellow flag in the back. I believe that is for Locker. So I was saying how much good lap 1 he had, but lap 3 is not going the same for him. And he spun the same corner. He spun in qualifying, and that's unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver. And he'll be kicking himself for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, you would have thought. Oh, he's gone round again. Oh no. Oh,
hope this doesn't go in a TikTok somewhere or a fail compilation somewhere.
You thought he would have learnt from that corner, but unfortunately,
always
as drivers, we don't learn from our mistakes sometimes.
And P10 as well, Manxie and Sprung Legend going side by side into the fast right-hander, is going to keep it clean, and Legend actually gets the position around the outside. Very brave for an Alpha driver, but gets the move done. And is now up into points position as Diamond is now flexing his muscles and is going to try and pull away. Cruiser is clearly not able to hang with the Ferrari driver at the moment. It's a move for P6 between Mongo and Fish Sticks, and Mongo gets the move done, although he has now got a 2-second gap to his teammate. He needs to claw back very shortly, as there's clearly two trains being forming at the moment, with Mongo being the spearhead of the second one. But that's a good move from Mongo. I keep calling him Mango. I think it's Mongo, isn't it?
Just call him Mongo, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to call him Mango from now on. So he's up into P6 anyway, regardless.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cruz has dropped off the back of a Diamond here. He's now going to be under pressure after the. His DRS lap, isn't it? So
yeah, I'm not good going for a move as well. He's used all his battery, but he's going to try and move up into P8, and he is successful in doing so. And the Alpine's up into P8.
Yeah, so no battery left after lap 4. So
the flag.
Not to save
Who was that? That's Cruz, I think. I made a mistake somewhere, and Scott's was down to P2.
Oh, poor old Locker's spun it again. Oh dear. It's getting worse and worse for the Aston Martin driver, unfortunately. Back of the field.
Oh, always about crashed with P2. Hobnob's absolutely killed Scotsman there, and he's now down 3 positions.
Oh! Cruz nearly lost it there coming out of the last corner, but this is going to get spicy. I'm not too sure what happened there, but that has now gifted Diamond a 3-second lead, so that has kind of put out the question that any
as TS9's made a mistake, I believe, at turn 2. Yes, he is now round, so not a good day for the FPR admins at the moment. It's TS9 struggling to get back on track, so be careful of the Alfa Romeo behind him. But basically what happened is that Hobnob completely misses breaking point going for a move on Callum, and absolutely killed the back of Scotsman, and then there's a counter in there, and as if Diamond didn't need a helping hand already, he's now got a 3-second lead.
Yeah, we've just seen a move from Bayo Spenio on a TS9 right round the outside at turn 3. That was a very, very good move there by the Alfa Romeo. He's now got his teammate in front of him with a big gap of 7.7 seconds. So the closest battle on track at the minute we have is Soprano Legend and Magsy. It was, and then we've got I'm Not Good with just behind Fish Sticks. So again, Fish Sticks, what race he's having so far on the hard tyres? No, he's not. No, wrong bloke. Sorry, wrong Mercedes. But very, very good start by Fish Sticks. Sorry, I'm getting confused now.
It's not superstition, so it's not the greatest start for him, but you get what you mean.
Again, tyre battle for second place here. Diamond and Minute's got this control. He's pulled out another half second on that lap alone, and that is without DRS. And what helps him now is that he doesn't have to use it, so he can save it for just in case anything happens, like he spins or anything like that. He can save it for the rest of the race. And you have Callum, who's up into P3, which is where he started. So he's managed to catch up. And Cruz looks like he's struggling in this part of the race. 6 laps in. Seems like he's struggling on his tyres.
And he's got the Red Bull all over him. Of Lily named Mango. This is going to go. Maybe look to the inside of the chicane. It'd be a very brave man to do that. But he's set up perfectly for the switchback. And now Mango with DRS is now going to go. Obviously, inside there's a battle in front as well for P2 with Callum and Hobnob. Callum on the inside, Alpine on the outside. There's big contact by the AI doing my team, and it might go 2 by 2 here. But
what a move!
Cruz is trying to get involved.
Goes Cruz running outside. Is he going to go for the move into the inside? Slight little move there by Callum just to block off that entry. And we got an early pitter of Hobnob. So that is really early, unless he's received some damage somewhere that we haven't seen.
And Mungo's got past Cruiser as well on the main straight.
With the DRS open, Cruiser has been passed. And we've got Scotsman and Fish Sticks on his tail now. So not a very, very strong start to the race from Cruiser here. Managed to get first, now he's dropped down to 4th. Then medium tyres are not doing him so good at the present moment.
And Diamond is absolutely loving life out in front, a 6-second lead, and then there's a safety car. I don't see that gap being caught, and Locker is now almost a lap down on lap 7. So not to put it down or anything, but Locker, mate, you need to pick your pace up. You're going to be a lap down. So yeah. I was about to say, two Red Bulls go hammer and tong for P2 here, I believe, with Mungo and Callum. So,
So are we gonna see some team orders here? Are they gonna let the faster driver go past? At the minute, it looks like Mongo is the faster driver. Both Mongo drives on the inside, and it nearly clips the inside tyre of Callum. He backed out of it. I think the sensible thing at the moment would be if Callum would just lift off a little bit and let Mongo pass, just if they want them constructor points. But we all know that's not going to happen. Mongo. Got the DRS open.
All contact.
Oh, and Callum's hit him. Oh no, Callum moved.
There's massive carnage scores as well.
Moved across the grass bank, and that means he's going to lose a lot of.
Because all contact around the wall.
Oh, big crash.
There's so many out, suddenly with damage. Just got to the safety car. Surely, what has gone on there? And
oh my God,
it isn't. What is going on? Co-masters, there's about 5 people with damage, and that's I'm not good. Having an early shower there, absolutely carnage. All started from the Red Bulls going side by side and making contact. Absolutely unbelievable, Jeff, as some would say.
Yeah. Oh my God, what a bit of excitement, eh? Yeah, we had a Red Bull there,
and that's 56 no front wing as well. He's letting the drivers through, and something I'd like to point out: Willie Bum and David Lowface going to be in P8 and P9 by the end of the lap. Absolutely brilliant stuff.
Come on, Dave. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looked like Fishsticks got tangled up in with Hobnob there. Obviously, the two Red Bulls come together. Callum not obviously given enough. I went for the lunge around the outside, not given enough space.
Another yellow flag,
across,
and that's for TS9, I believe. That's Roland. Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, spun him in the first corner, which resulted in Cruz going off on the grass. He didn't actually lose any positions, which is lucky enough. He would have lost a couple, but they got obviously Fishsticks and that lot got taken out.
And here a battle for, sorry to interrupt, a battle for P6, I believe. Is going between Soprano Legend and Magsy. He's going to go round the outside of turn 3. Doesn't quite work for him, but he's going to carry on regardless. And AlphaTauri all over the back of the Mercedes. We wouldn't expect to hear that in real life, but the AlphaTauri right all over the gearbox of the Mercedes, and they'll be pursuing Max. Now there's a yellow flag in front of Diamond, just giving us a penalty for spinning the pit lane. It might be a retirement in the pits. I think it is in the moment.
Oh, someone out on track.
Yeah.
Someone else is spun out on track.
Yes.
It's TS9, I believe. TS9's gone around for a spin again. Not
Scotland spun. Scotland spun at P2.
Scotsman spun. Oh dear.
He clipped the grass on the outside. He's getting absolutely livid with himself. He's just throwing away a potential podium, and he's out all the way out of the points in P11. That's getting absolutely fuming. That was him. That does promote Cruz up into P3 and all the stuff into P4. So this battle is now going to be for a podium position as something that's out the way there. I think it's a lap car of Nether, I believe.
So we've got Soprano Legend on Magsy here. Beautiful camera angle. Goes for the inside into turn 1. And same situation again, but this time Magsy gives Soprano Legend a good set of room into turn 1 and 2. Beautiful move there by Soprano Legend, and you've got to give him a good pat on the back for that. And he is up 5 positions, I believe. So great race so far by Soprano Legend.
He's up 10 positions, is Soprano Legend. 10
positions, sorry.
Yeah, 10, yeah. So same with David as well, and Willie Bum is up 9 as well. Absolutely brilliant race of people who started at the back of the grid, clearly keeping out the chaos that's ensued so far. And
even though Diamond's 9 seconds in front of Callum, you've also got to watch out for Magsy here. He's on the hard side.
Scotsman's now retired with his safety car.
Oh, Scotsman's retired. Oh dear.
I'm sure the safety car's on. I'm sure.
I was going to say. I'm pretty sure he's crashed into.
I have a little gander to see the safety car's on. I'm not being funny, mate, but
I think it is now. I think it is now. Yeah. All 3 sectors are yellow, so it's safety car.
Yeah.
So will this prompt people to come in? It is Callum coming in for an early pit stop. Cruz and Royalist So is there going to be
Everyone should
any hold up?
everyone should come in for hard compound tyres unless you start on hards. That's the only logical thing you should do. Diamond.
Unfortunately, the only problem now is that Diamond went past the pitch straight.
Yeah, but he's also
after
past
the
safety car as well.
Come out.
It won't cost him anything. He's also past safety car, so Diamond's quite lucky there. But he should come out in should come out. Yeah. Although people are starting on hard tyres, unfortunately, I've been a bit screwed over here. As the mediums will make it to the end, they just have to stay out, and that is unfortunately. And Willie Bum's brilliant drive is going to come to a heartbreaking end to see. Can't really make a pit stop at the moment, and he's going to be a pit stop behind everyone by the time the safety car beats everyone. So that's unfortunate for Aston Martin driver. Will kick her in the teeth. You can't.
Yeah. So we've had an eventful first
said least.
laps. We've had Locker constantly doing donuts at the back of the grid. We've had TS9 also join him for a couple of circles around the track. We had a collision a couple of laps ago between both the Red Bulls. We had Callum not willing to back off to let his teammate by, and unfortunately resulted in Mongo spinning, which is not going to be happy with old Christian Horner and Helmut Marko. But so far so good. He had Diamond unfortunately had a nearly 10-second lead. He now comes out in the pits. He's lost all that. Magsy, who
stopped yet. Took P2 and P3 haven't stopped yet.
So he'll be hoping for a second safety car. Yeah, so that would play into his hands. Willie Bum brilliantly up into P3. Decided not to stop. He started on the hard tyres, so he's having to do that extra long stint on them. But towards the end of the race, anyone who stayed on their hard tyres will have the faster tyre.
It's David's pit again. That's for wing damage, so that's not ideal for him.
He's gone on the wet tyres. What has he done?
He's on to wet tyres. What, David, what have you done there?
What has he done?
Oh no.
Dave?
Last time I checked, it's not raining. Would you want to get a weather report from someone? Because I'm pretty sure the track is bone dry and it's gone on to set to intermediate. Just be very careful to get everyone's back to the back to the pits.
Unless I think he might be doing a Lewis Hamilton. So he might be wearing these down to put him into soft tyres. So this may play into David's hands.
I love to think that, but I think remember this is the F1 game. I don't think it's that realistic.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I didn't see any. David must have spun or hit someone. He's only just pitted, so he's only been out a lap. So I didn't see anything. 2 drivers with penalties, 2 3-second penalties. We've got Skid Mid on in 15th from 3 seconds. We've got David Loleface, who's currently out on lovely green intermediates in 40-degree heat. So they're going to be lovely and melted by the end of this lap.
Unfortunately, Locker and TS9 are both lap down, so they now officially can't really get back in the race because they're a lap down. They have to somehow get ahead of Diamond. Obviously, they have to let everyone through again. So
I'm not too sure. Does the game allow you to pass now?
No, you can't. No. But do you want to have a Dhabi situation now? Get Abu Dhabi flags out.
So this is going to hamper Magsy. So Magsy is not going to. Unless Locker wants to go for it, of course he can. He's got all rights to go and try and unlap himself after the safety car comes in. But this is not what Magsy wanted with 2 lap cars in front of him.
Yeah, I don't think that I thought David lost positions there because he's pitting. Once he's had dry tyres this time. But yeah, I think out of sportsmanship, I don't think that TS9 Locker will be trying to unlap themselves, especially with a very quick Diamond in front of them. I reckon they'll just be looking to cause as little harm as possible. But I think we should save this moment. Aston Martin and Tier 3s and P3. I think we have to save this moment and frame it somewhere because I definitely will be seeing this very often. Aston Martin and P3 in this tier.
He's had a very good start, so that safety car has played into the early pitters' hands. The people who started on the hard tyres. Obviously, they're gonna, unless there's another safety car, it won't play into their hands. So they'll be hoping for a safety car later in the race, which means they can then go onto the soft tyre or the medium if they've got any softs left. Any surprises there in the top 10 for you?
Not really.
Mine's obviously, like you said, Soprano Legend.
Gotcha,
Up
yeah.
a few places. You know, Willie Bum again and Magsy, what a race he's having so far, from P12 all the way up to P2. Yes, he hasn't pitted, but he's shown quite a good pace so far in the first stint of this race.
It feels like the safety car's been going on forever. Don't you think? It's been like 4 laps, I think, because David.
I hope.
Oh, actually, it's part of. I know why he's in a strategy. It's part of Ferrari, isn't he? We know how competent Ferrari's strategies are. So that must be what it is. But despite Ferrari's strategy, Diamond is carrying the team on his back. It's fair to say. Leading the race, he's been in complete control with help of his own pace, and also, of course, the incidents around him, behind him, shall I say, not with him. Dave Neppis with a 3-second time penalty. That must have been the Ferrari plan as well, to get a penalty under safety car. I feel like I'm slating David here, but I think I have every right to. But you know, he joins the back of the queue.
Just looking at the position change, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars that have improved. Obviously, the wooden spoon so far is unfortunately Fish Sticks, who's actually lost 6 positions. So he's going to be hoping to get back a little bit further up on the grid. He had to pit earlier than expected because he had front wing damage due to the crash with We Believe I'm Not Good. He is on
safety car in this lap.
Hard tyres, and the safety car is in this lap. So you will start seeing Diamond get to him, slowing the pack up. So obviously under the safety car conditions, the leader, who is Diamond, is in control of the restart. He can slow him up as much as he likes. It is down to the drivers behind to control their car and to basically have awareness in front of and around of other drivers. Obviously you can only overtake once there is a green light. So when you see the safety car pull in the pits, in a very moment you will see him shoot off, and you can only pass when that green light comes. So he has decided to. He's waiting to right at the last minute.
Smashing the pack up loads.
So he's gone, and actually very, very good start by Locker there. But the person who has missed out is Magsy.
Always the push on the grass, and Alfa Romeo is flying off in turn 1. His panic end, I believe, but absolutely can't. People going side by side, and Fish Sticks is losing positions left, right, centre here. It's going to go down into turn 3. Fish Sticks on the inside of Ongo, but it's actually going to get passed by Nedder as well. He's been relieved by the safety car, as I'm not good stuff to say.
Whoa.
Got him, but I'm not good.
Yeah, so, Nedder and Fish Sticks come together there. They banged the wheels twice, and Fish Sticks was nearly in the wall there. But like you said, he's had a not so good restart, unfortunately. But what this has done is closed the pack up now, and we've got Realist, Hobnob and Soprano Legend all within a couple of tenths of each other. Everyone using their battery full power, and they're going 3 abreast up to the cars left to right. Yeah, we've had a couple of drivers back off, and that looks like Soprano Legend went wide there. And Royalist nearly lost the rear end there, so he has now got Mongo right in his rear end. Mongo's on the grass. Oh, I don't know what happened there. He was lucky he controlled that.
Once again, Diamond again has a 2.5 second lead, so he is again in cruise control. Speaking of cruise, Cruiser is stuck behind Magsy on 14 lap old hards, being a right pain in the backside from the McLaren driver. There's the same thing to say for the Aston Martin, the Willie Bum. He's got Hobnob right behind. That's a great combination when they're both together in the on the leaderboard. But anyway, Alpine is now going to get past Aston Martin here, I think, down into turn 3. He's going to go to the inside. He's probably going to be late under brakes, although isn't fully convincing. And the Aston Martin sits ahead for now. So.
Yeah. So then.
Oh yeah, the flag at the panic end. With Fish Sticks as well. Fish Sticks in the walls here. In the walls, and Willie Bum's advertised for something
Willie
there.
Bum's gone. Oh, big crash. Turn 5 and 6.
That's
it's
another safety
car.
It's both safety car.
I think it's. I don't know.
It's a virtual. It's definitely a virtual because
You can't really,
the safety car hasn't come out
really
yet.
tell, can you, when you're on the stream?
Yeah. Pretty sure it's a virtual, but that
Virtual
is.
safety. Yeah, on the board to see virtual safety car.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unfortunately, Willie Bum, what a great start he had. Was up into P2 after the safety car. Unfortunately, slightly went back and he's collided with, who did we believe? Panic End in the end.
I know fish sticks. I think Willie Bum crashed by himself, I think, to be honest. But it's exact same place as in qualifying as well. Yeah, as that is now Manxie into the pits, I believe, to take this opportunity to get a free piston under a safety car at least, and he's going to go on the medium tyres to the end of the this is driver penalty for speeding. Yeah.
And Manxie has pitted at the wrong time, unless he has damage, because the virtual safety car stopped as he was entering the pit, so that has scuppered his extra free pit stop, as you want to call it, because it would have cut it down in half. So not very good timing there by Magsy.
Has Mungo got a penalty as well? Or is that... Have they both got drive-throughs on the state penalties? And then Mungo's a free second, but Riley's is a drive-through and it's going to roll in his race.
Riley's got a drive-through, so he'll have to hit that under drive-through conditions. If there's a safety car or VSC, you cannot take your drive-through. You have to wait for that to finish, and then you're able to do it. You have to do it within the first... Well, after 3 laps after receiving your driver, if you do not receive or go into the pits, within 3 laps you will be disqualified from the session.
I have a quick shout out to Soprano Legend. He's got a great shout on the podium. He's gained 10 positions so far in the AlphaTauri, and he's right in the back. This battle for a podium between Cruiser and Hobnob as well, with the top 2 pulling away. And meanwhile, battle for P8 is Springo and Netta there. But Springo now for Romeo. As past the Williams and up into P8 and scoring 4 points as it stands. There's some supporting pits there, and there's the battle for P3, and there's a lag going on my screen, but I think McLaren, Hobnob and Cruiser are going side by side, and the massive lag on my screen, I can't really comment what's going on, but I'm pretty sure Hobnob has got past McLaren up to P3.
He has, yeah. Hobnob up into P3 of the Alpine. He's had a good, since the safety guys had a good restart. Got himself up to P3. His next job is to try and catch Callum and also try and catch Diamond, who's 3.5 seconds further up the road. Yeah, Cruiser looks like he had a really good 1 lap pace, but it seems ever since the start he's been struggling for pace. Not too sure, you know, it may be not one of his strongest circuits, but it looks like since the race started he has been struggling. For a few bit.
Yeah, it seems like it, and he's now got a massive AlphaTauri in his mirrors, and he's also trying to put an attack of Hobnob, although he's just one right at the chicane, but they're going to stay single file for now. There's also, we can't count out as in P12 between, or as a yellow flag, or as a massive crash at the Hobnob, I think. He's in the gravel at turn 9.
Oh,
that's
done that?
Oh, was it crashed into David as well? That's not gone well. It's rejoined the track unsafely, and now David has ring damage, and that's not gone well. It's now spun again.
Oh, and he's gone.
It's absolutely falling apart, as Joy Division would say. As a freezing penalty for Callum. He's got the gap at the moment to Cruiser, but it might play dividends later on in the race. Hobnob's race has gone from all fell apart. Legend left the session. Yeah, I'm going to do that as quick as possible. This is currently in P4.
Magsy fast lap of the race at 122.3. But yeah, unfortunately Hobnob lost it coming down the second DRS. I'm not too sure how he went into the gravel, but he unfortunately come on the track unsafely and collected David Larfose, which David will be
TS9 sabotage. There's Legends AI just trying to put Mungo in the wall, sorry. But luckily he's the Red Bull has survived. I didn't invite the Legend back, hopefully he can get back in shortly. But that was very scary for the Red Bull, I'm sure. Knowing that the AI completely just squeezed him into the wall pretty much.
Yeah, it's a bit of lag when they come back in. There's a bit of lag between them getting in the cars and getting back into the session. But yeah, going back to David. Unfortunately, he's gonna be pretty annoyed with that move. He was comfortably in P10. He was just 1.5 seconds in front. You know, he's got slight wing damage. Let's see how much it affects him. You know, he's now in P11. think he made a mistake there coming into one of the corners.
Snap hitting.
Yeah, he's coming in the pitch to change his front wing, so he's not going to be a happy bunny.
Just keeping an eye on this battle for P3 is still going on. We lost Hobnoff in this battle, but doesn't mean we still got Mongo, Cruiser, and Legend, who's now back in the session. It's a yellow flag. That's for Locker, I believe, having the shocker. A poet and didn't know it. But anyway, Aston Martin is now struggling even more. As Legend now sits the fastest lap with a 19.9. I think brilliant lap. That's definitely decent. He's definitely not done a 19-second that time. If he has, fair play to him.
That was a very good lap time. Seeing this is on hards.
Yeah, exactly.
The last one was done on mediums, but yeah, we've got Mongo, Legend, Mongo, Soprano Legend, and Cruz. Cruz is on the move in third position, all fighting for this last podium position.
Yeah.
I think next, there's not much activity apart from Nedda and Hobnob going for it. Nedda moved over really late to cover off Hobnob there. They nearly crashed into the wall. Coming into the S section, beautiful move there by Hobnob for 12th place. Trying to redeem himself a little bit. He still can catch Roy.
Sorry to interrupt, Mango on the inside, and he overshot Kilda massively, and that's going to allow McLaren to get the switchback of Cruiser, and now going to go side by side. Cruiser has the battery advantage. He's travelling onto the grass. He's got a 3-second time penalty. I'm sure that'll be for the shivers later. But for the meanwhile, Mongo gets up to P3, and I'm sure Chris won't be happy being pushed on the grass and getting the 3-second time penalty on the straight. As Legend now is all over the back of him again. As move for P8 with Fish Sticks and Panic End, and Fish Sticks can go round the outside and given absolutely zero room. But that's fair enough from Panic. You can't always give driver space. You need to close the door sometimes. Now two Mercedes go side by side, but Fish Sticks lets Magsy through, and they're now in P9 and P10 respectively.
No, Fish Sticks let Magsy through, so
that's
he's
right.
seen that he's over the last couple of laps that Fish Sticks has been catching him. Brilliant team play there by the Mercedes drivers. That's the best thing they can do right now in P10 and 9 is try and work together to get that 8th position off Panic End and go even further up the grid. But yeah, not much movement across since the safety car's been pretty spread out. Closest battle at the moment is between Magsy and Fish Sticks and Panic End, and we've also got still fight for third place position. At the moment though, we've got Soprano Legend on merit. He'll be third place due to the track limit violations for Callum and Mongo and Cruz. So
that's very true. Yeah, I've just noticed that. Yeah,
Soprano Legend starting near enough for the back of the grid. Going to be.
All the elders jinxed him.
Oh, yeah, just saying that, I jinxed him. no, sorry, Legend.
However, he's going to make it move back to P4 though.
Cruz.
If I got penalty, but
on the grass, and he's done a brilliant move on the inside, and Cruz lets off the throttle a little bit and lets him go. So all three drivers here are fighting for third place now.
Yeah, as Legend, if he wants to get, he could have gotten penalties, but now he's trying to get that podium on track. And we're already on, as Diamond's going to start lap 23. This race is absolutely flying by, I don't think. It's lap 23 already. The first like we've done about 10. So, yeah.
Right, yeah, it has gone quick. I've just seen how many lap times, and Hobnaugh's just picked up a 3-second penalty, so his afternoon and race is not going well either. I'm still baffled how he crashed into the gravel there, to be honest.
I think he just lost his braking point, I'm pretty sure, because he went very deep. As I just went off him before all the carnage happened. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's missed his braking point. It's Tiers 9 left the session, but he's out of this race, so it doesn't matter anyway. As Diamond, we haven't spoken about him because he's been very quiet out in front, he's doing his own thing, and he hasn't really been under any spot. And he is gonna definitely take the win, barring any mishaps, as he's just cruising this race. As I keep saying cruising, so I'm making a punt in the McLaren, but honestly I'm not. It's just yeah.
He is definitely loving the Ferrari this year. A bit of a dark horse last year, but this year he's loving this game. He's obviously loving the handling system. You know, looking at the drivers from last year into this year, this handling system has. I've lost my words now.
Next up the field.
That's it. Has benefited some driving styles throughout the grid. So then there's some people that you'd expect to be up the top is not, that they're having to adapt to this new handling style. So I think this is where Diamond and Mongo and everyone like that has come quicker this year, because their driving style is more towards this handling setup. But I'll give it to him. He's nearly 7 seconds up the grid. Without that safety car, it'd be nearly 20. So, and Mongo picks up another 3-second penalty.
So that is going to be Legend on the podium then, possibly. As locking up some another penalty, my shock. As sorry, I don't mean it really. As Mongo, as Legend then.
So it is literally Soprano, Legend, and Cruz at the minute gunning for P3. But I've just looked. If Espenio catches another couple of seconds, he can be in a good shout of P3 here.
I was having Wallings,
he has space a little bit more. He can have a very, very good outcome at the end of this race.
As Spenny only has one warning. Remember, he spun on the other instant at turn 1 lap 1, and he's now possibly with the chance of he picks up the pace. Although with limited laps to go, it might be unlikely. At the moment, then Diamond out front, absolutely loving life. Then there comes the 2 Red Bulls of Callum and Mongo. Although that isn't with the time penalties, Legend's going to take P3, and then Cruiser as well with a chance of a podium if he can catch back up to Tauri. And then Spain, like we mentioned, Skivid, we haven't really mentioned him much, because a brilliant drive for the Williams. He's up, he's half his grid position. He's going to get some very handy points for the Williams team as well. I've just noticed. So I think it's going to be under the radar as Skivid. A very good drive from him. And
he's had a brilliant. From 14th up to 7th, he has been a bit quiet this race. He's kept his nose, apart from the penalty, nose clean. He's been in no crashes, so he's made his way up to 7th, benefited from other people's mistakes. But we won't take that away from him. I was just looking at the tyres. You know, there's 4 drivers on the medium tyres, and they don't look like they've impacted as much as I thought they would have done after the safety car. So you've got Espenio. Yeah, he's 4.5 seconds behind 5th place, but it's the same amount of laps as the hard tyres, and they haven't.
Apologies for I'm going to interrupt here. There's a brilliant battle between the final playing position between 3 drivers, and I think that's Lockhart lapping himself. Never mind. I've done heights there for 3-car battle for P10, but there's only 2. Lockhart is just absolutely going through the field, and still be careful because he doesn't want to impact the drivers too much when he's unlapping himself. Going side by side into a chicane. Well, made Rawless very happy, and he's now going to get the inside of the final corner. I'm not sure what Locker's doing, and that's a bit of banter for him, but he shouldn't really be doing this. As he's in his back due trying to overtake, he's going to go side by side to stand 1 Locker. What are you doing? And he luckily doesn't go side by side, but is making Fish Stakes all under pressure here. Rawless might be able to battle. Take advantage of this, sorry, these are my words. But yeah, Locker causing more carnage than what he really needs to, if I'm being honest. But that battle for P10 will carry on between Fish Sticks and Royalist for 1 point in this race.
Yeah, the problem is with Locker, he's.
Oh, is he? That's Hobnob out.
Oh, Hobnob's
That's
gone.
safety car. Royalist
Yeah,
was
that's
out
full
of as
safety
well.
car.
Is
Yeah, full safety car. So this
for
is going to
penalties.
spice things up a bit here.
Penalties. That's all I've got to say.
No, there's a Williams. Hang on, there's Nedda and Hobnob. So it looks like Nedda Hobnob's gone into Nedda. There's 2 cars there.
Yeah,
that is
going to benefit Espenio a lot, because he's obviously going to be at the back of the pack, and he's got no penalties to his name. We could see Espenio in P2 here, and Cruz is going to come in for a set of softs as well. That's going to be.
Yeah, are you also going to see people like David
Yes.
and Royalist pit in for the softs, because they've got nothing to lose, and these drivers who were out in Q1 would have saved
all the
a lot of soft tyres.
I think the game will cause set quite in early. The drivers have to be careful to catch up to the queue. That's all I'm saying. Because the game might cut short on how many laps, so we get more laps of racing. So they're big on the safety car.
Is David going to risk it? Yes, he is. David's going to do it. So he's. Oh, what's he doing?
What's happened to David? Okay.
So yeah, so he's coming in for looks like it's going to be a fresh set of soft tyres, which it is. Brand new set of soft tyres. So, how many penalty points have people got? How is this?
I told you, safety car's in this lap. I told you.
No.
Yeah. So these drivers will catch up to the queue very quickly, unless Diamond absolutely holds up the field like a tree here. So it might be a two-cut battle for the final for the win. Like Callum does have a penalty, however. So
yeah, you best have Soprano Legend and Mongo hurry up here.
Yeah.
And as you can tell, Diamond is not backing up the. He's not backing it up as much as he.
Simply, well, he wants to get the race underway because he obviously wants to have as little car as possible to take away his win. And Diamond is like,
he's gone.
And Diamond's gone, and it's now a two-car battle for the win. And I think the focus are behind because Legend and Mongo are going to be quite close with only 2 laps to go in this race. As the final battle for the podium. The Cruz is on the back of Magsy here. Well, do you want to carry on?
No. Yeah, so yeah, Magsy and Cruz are battling out for 7th and 8th here. Magsy with no penalties. Such a shame that safety car has decided to put in so early, because that would have been a fantastic 1 lap, 2 lap shootout. But what that has done, that has pulled Callum a little bit closer to Diamond. So Diamond's a little bit more under pressure here. And after seeing one of the moves by Callum earlier in the race, we all know that he's not willing to back down. So it could be a fight on his hands towards this last lap.
Certainly seems that way. As we have. Oh, you have 1 lap to go there, but when Diamond's lap's going to be our final lap. Any thoughts on drive of the day?
Not yet. Let's wait till it's finished and see where we are.
Was Cruz on
Magsy run wide on the curb. So Cruz is on the move, everyone. He's on the move, and he's passed Magsy, who unfortunately got stuck.
And skipped as well, maybe. Right outside the final corner in the softs.
Yeah, both using their battery. There's no DRS, so it's all about straight line speed here. Skidford has decided to back down, and he has let Cruiser by. So Skidford's got 11 seconds penalty. I'm not too sure when he got that.
I don't know that either.
Seconds.
It must have been fitting out safety car or something, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Must be.
So Magsy up into 8th, and we've got both the Mercedes boys into the top 10 now, of 8th and 9th. God, Dave, fastest lap by David Larface on second to last lap. What a lap by Dave, 120.2 I believe it was. What a lap, boy, what a lap.
I thought it's faster way than qualifying, wasn't it?
I know. God, Dave.
On the Diamond, he has to take the fastest lap away from his teammate though. So.
Oh well, you know how fast David is. He's a lion ready to be uncaged.
Anyway then, let's talk about the Diamond's win then.
So yeah, coming round to the second to last corner, and we have a Diamond just about to cross the finish line for the Scuderia Ferrari in P1. Pole to P1. What a drive. Callum in P2, Mongo P3. So it's a double Red Bull podium. Soprano Legend in P4. What a race. Oh no, pits Soprano Legend. Forgot about Mongo. So Soprano Legend in P3. P4 is Mongo. Spenio is P5. Magsy P6. Cruiser P7, and then we have Skidvid Fistix P8, Royal is P9, Skidvid P10, and then we have Panic End coming around to finish the race at P11 for the Alfa Romeo, and David Larface, fastest lap of the race. Well done, young man. P12.
Oh, what a chaotic race that was. What's the summary of that race?
It was a good race. Good race.
Chaotic. That's what I expected.
Shame about the safety car at the end. Would have been nice to see that last lap, 2-lap dash. But other than that, can't take away from the drivers. Very, very good race.
Yeah. And I must say, I've enjoyed.
Everyone.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed this.
If you can take the screenshots of the standings without the penalties, please.
Are we doing interviews?
Yes, we will be.
Okay. Let me take a screenshot first.
I've taken one of the race directory, okay?
Okay. Right, there we go. And I'll get your drivers in.
Thank you. So, that is it, everyone, for the Australian Tier 3 Grand Prix. We have Diamond Dixie in first in the Ferrari. We have Callum in P2 in the Red Bull. We have Soprano Legend. What a race from him, starting from P15 all the way up to P3 for the AlphaTauri. Fourth is Mongo. Fifth is Suspenio. Sixth is Magsy. Seventh is Cruz. Fishstick is 8th. Royalist is 9th. Skidford 10th. Paniken at 11th. The fastest lap goes to David Lowface of P12. He's the one who has done 6 stops and also wet weather tyres, so he's done brilliant to finish 12th. We had the Mr. Spinner at the back, FPR Locker in 13th, Ned at 14th, Hobnob at 15th, FPRL TS9 16th, Willie Bum 17th, Scotsman 18th, I'm Not Good 19th, and Forceman, you're in P20.
I think all drivers are in. Remember City Boxes, lads. So we do interviews. How'd you do this? How'd you make P2 and 3 the P1 or one day?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Memorize, mate. You getting the showroom up or whatever?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, everyone, we have our top 3 drivers in with us for their interviews. Can you just please make sure all your audio is included into your party chat. Again, our showroom is Scarlet Ferrari, but I am going to start off with the P3 driver of today, who is Soprano Legend, who started from 15th all the way up to P3. Congratulations, my friend, on finishing P3. How was that race?
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much. The qualifying, I was sort of, I think you saw I came out quite late in Q1, because basically I was making tea whilst I was doing the race as well. So to the late qualifying lap, just managed to get a lap in, started 15th in Q2 because I just kept invalidating, but I knew that the pace was there when I was invalidating the laps. I was just finishing the laps to see what sort of time I would get. It was a sort of 1:19.2s, that sort of time, but obviously just couldn't make that happen in qualifying. But no, still, I think the race went really, really well. I think it went as good as it probably could have. Starting P15, I was a little bit worried I would get caught up in everything that happened behind me, but luckily I just sort of just kept it quite clean and neat. But yeah, the race was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and a great battle with Maxi, and a great battle with Mongo as well, and Cruiser at the end. So it was just a really nice race. I really, really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, qualifying wasn't really your best that we have seen. Yeah, P15, try to keep yourself out of trouble. Was you always going to start on the tyre that you did? Or did you have to change it up a bit just because you started P15, you wanted to play the long run?
On the medium tyres, yeah, I was always going to start on the mediums, but I did like a sort of simulation race yesterday just like a little practice one. And I was really, really worried about how the tyres were going to hold up. Like, I thought they were just going to fall off the cliff. I was having a lot of problems with them on single player modes, but online they've been completely fine. Didn't really have any issues with the tyres at all. Was lifting and coasting into certain corners, like after that long sort of curvy bit into that fast little left and right. I had to lift and coast about halfway through that just to make sure I wasn't going, too far off. And then at the start of the second sector as well, I was lifting and coasting, so I was losing a little bit of time there, but I was making it up, I think, in the slower speed corners, thankfully.
Yeah, it's with the last thing I was going to ask you about was the safety car at the end. When that came up, did it, was you hoping for it to totally pack up the grid, or did that actually help you when it came up? We did see you close the gap a little bit, or was you just biding your time before that to make your move on? I think it was Mongo in the end.
Yeah, I was a little bit naughty. I think I kept maybe exceeding the delta and slowing down as much as I could, just so I could get a little bit closer to Mongo. But I was more worried about the person that was behind me. Actually, Espenio had no time penalties where I had 3 seconds worth, so I thought, typical, the safety cars come out and he's going to catch up and get the podium. But thankfully he didn't. Thankfully he didn't get the podium, but still a fantastic race from him and from everyone else. So I think congratulations to the P2 and P1 drivers.
Yeah, so congratulations on your P3. What a drive from you. I'll pass you over to Arbon to interview our P2 gentleman in the Red Bull, Callum.
So the Callum, pretty, well, I'll say it's quite a chaotic first stint, but quite quiet second stint. Obviously, you had your incident with your teammate, but run us through your summary of the race and how you view your crash with your teammate, because
yeah, pretty mental before the first pit stop, and then I think it was coming up on turn 1, and obviously I had my line, and then I thought he was going to back out, and then I just pulled into, because obviously it's a turn 1, you can't fit 2 cars through there, so it was a bit of a clusterfuck. Didn't actually see what happened to him, and then yeah, bit of a lonely second stint really. It's not really a track I enjoy that, I'm not going to lie.
yeah, I like to meet anyone that actually enjoys Australia. I doubt anyone really does. So how you feel? It's Imola next week, right? How you feeling for Imola? And do you think you can have a repeat performance, maybe have the same pace as Diamond, or what are your thoughts for next week?
I don't think anyone's getting close to Diamond really. I think he's absolute beast on this game. But yeah, Imola, it's hard to overtake, so I've got a feeling it'll be another safety car massacre.
Yeah.
But yeah, good track, prefer it much more than Australia.
Yeah, I'd love to agree with you as well. Well done, your P2, mate, and hopefully I'll be doing more comments. Hopefully I'll be able to do more interviews with you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, cheers guys.
Alright, so we are now over to our P1, Diamond, you little rocket. Alright, congratulations on a lovely, well-deserved controlling race. Talk us through your qualifying. Saw you dominate from Q1 all the way through to Q3. You had a good little bracket to Callum, around 3 tenths, 4 tenths on every qualifying. So talk us through a little bit about your qualifying and how you prefer. Is this one of your best tracks, or is it just one that you just played really, really nicely today?
So qualifying, I felt really comfortable with the car. I think the setup suited the car really well. I do like the new layout of the circuit, but it's still not one of my favourite. I think I just managed to drive it really well today, and I just felt comfortable with the car all the way through.
Is this new game playing more into your hands this season than it did on the last game? I was saying earlier on Twitch that last year was a bit of a dark horse, but this year you've come out your shell quite a lot, and you come out flying straight from Bahrain, and you continued that step throughout every Grand Prix so far.
Yeah, I do feel like this game suits me a lot better. I feel a lot more confident in the rear end of these cars, which is quite peculiar considering the way that the game's going, with how loose the rear end is. But I just feel very confident with the car this year.
Yeah, going into the race, obviously you, how do you feel about your start? 'Cause we saw you start, it wasn't so good, and you had Cruz pass you into turn one, who's obviously second in the championship. What was going through your head then? Was you just going to bide your time, or was you just going to wait to the pit stops to see if you can push?
So yeah, the start initially was a good getaway, but the second phase I bogged down and got a lot of wheel spin. So at that point I was just going to see what kind of pace I was running in compared to Cruiser, and see if I could overtake him. If not, see if I can get the jump on him through the pit stops or safety cars.
Yeah, first phase of the Grand Prix, we saw you pull out a comfortable 10-second gap just before that first safety car. Was you worried when the first safety car come out, or did you think you had this in control now, or did you think just because you had that big gap, you'd think other people behind you would give you a bit more risks?
No, I felt very confident, just because of how much pace I seemed to have over everybody else. And it gave me a little bit more of a confidence boost when I had two lapped cars in between myself and Magsy. So it was pretty calm on my end.
Yeah, well, I just want to say congratulations. Unfortunately, you didn't get the Triple Crown in the end. Good old teammate David Loweface took the fast lap away from you, so congratulations on the pole position and the race win. From us, I just want to thank every driver that turned up today, and congratulations to our top three drivers. And I'd also like to say a thank you to my co-coms tonight, Arbon. It's been a while since he's been here.
Thank you very much.
I think we've done a very, very good job tonight.
Thank you, Pat.
Last minute change,